Welcome to tonight's live session. I'm going to go ahead and go over the trade that I dropped in the Discord chat. Go over that with you guys. Such a fun trade, really interesting one too, because of the huge spike that it had right after it hit my take profit, and just the several opportunities that you could have had today to take this trade. So I'm going to break it down. I think I identified 3 separate trade opportunities within this one setup this morning during New York session. So I'm excited to go over it. With that being said, let's share screen. All right, perfect. So doesn't look like much yet because we're on the 2-hour, right? But I'm going to walk you guys through this. So pretty much what I dropped in the Discord. Let me see if I can like pull it up too. So this is the screenshot that I dropped this morning when we got the breakout, right? So let's get out of there, come over here. So this is what I was showing you guys. So this was the before, okay? This was when I had just marked my zones and the breakout hadn't happened yet, okay? Then this was when we got that one candle breakout at 7 a.m., which you guys know I love 7 a.m. And that's what I said, we love the 7 a.m. candle. And that's exactly when we got the breakout to the downside. So the position that I took today was for a sell. And it was this candle. It was this candle here that I made my money off of today. So I'm going to show you guys, you see this huge wick, right? On like huge wick on both sides of this bearish doji candle, okay? I'm going to show you how you could have taken that to the upside or to the downside. This was a very interesting trade, okay? So marked my zones per usual. I marked my zones. It was this high. Yep, let me get my arrow. It was this high and that I was looking at, and this low that I was looking at, okay? Marked my buy zone, breaks above here, breaks above this blue area, we're gonna buy, breaks below this red area like it did, then we're gonna sell, and that's exactly what happened. So with that being said, ended up coming over to the 5-minute. You know, I like to take my entries off of the 5. So this was the 7 a.m. candle right here. Let me get this tool. Okay, so this is 7 a.m., right? Actually, one candle to the right. So this is when the breakout happened. I want to wait for a nice pullback, okay? So it broke outside of the zone. I want to wait for the pullback, ideally to the zone that it just broke before I take my entry, and that's the perfect setup that I caught today. I waited for that pullback. I didn't take it here and just catch these couple candles. I was actually patient enough to come and wait for price to come back to this zone, retest it, and then, you know, make a move to the downside, because ultimately, since it broke outside this red zone, I want to take a sell. So that was my bias. That's the direction that it went in. I targeted previous structure. It was actually pretty far out though. So it was all this here. Okay. I was targeting structure off of these areas where price really got tripped up. All right. So I will mark it in a different color so you guys can see. But this green area here, like this entire area where price really got like tripped up, price is really consolidating, kept revisiting, having huge reactions. That's what I was targeting. Price just kept coming right to those areas. So that's what I was targeting as my take profit. So fast forward, I'll zoom in again so you guys can see this. This white line, essentially, that's what I was targeting, right? Just targeting previous structure. So it was a little over 1 to 3 today. And then when I came back just to look at the chart, and like what happened, like did it just continue to push down, hit my TP, so I was done for the day. But I didn't see this entire spike, right? This entire move. So I'm going to show you guys, had I seen this, this is how I would have traded it, right? Because mind you, also the 2-hour right? So coming back, this is the 2-hour view, right? So we have this huge wick. It spiked above my buy zone, spiked far below my sell zone, right? So how do you catch anything in just like a huge wick move like that? So I'll take you back to the 5-minute. This is what I would have done had I seen it. It pretty much rejected exactly off of my TP area, okay? So looking at this is pretty much how I do my zones too, right? Looking at this, let me get my keyboard on. So if price, this is how I look at it. If price is flowing down, okay, cool. Then price starts to have a pullback. This is how I always look at the market, and I've never explained it to you guys in this way. Price has to break above this area for like continue to push up, right? Price is gonna have a little bit of a retracement. It has to break above this area for me to say, okay, now we reverse and I'm gonna go in for a buy, okay? That's just an example, right? So here, price is flowing down, and where I see the pullback, you can really do this every time you see a pullback, okay? Price is flowing down, you see a pullback, mark the high of the pullback, right? Mark the high of the pullback off and say, okay, you know what? And if you're in, you know, if this is a down move like this is, mark that off and say, okay, price is gonna have, maybe I'm gonna see a couple red candles, price is gonna keep coming back down. But if this is a true reversal and not just a pullback, price is going to have a couple red candles and then break above this high that it created, okay? And then just form structure, higher highs, higher lows, lower highs, lower lows, that kind of thing. So pretty much here, that's exactly what it was doing, right? It's coming down, right? And then you're forming structure, so down, pull back, down, okay? Now, if price came here, I'm marking this off as the high, right? That it would have to break. It would have to break above here. And if it does, it's a reversal. If it breaks above this line that I just drew, right? Because this is where the pullback happened, breaks above here, then this is a reversal every time, okay? And I'll show you guys more examples of this because I see this a lot in the market, but I haven't had a live example to like go over. But today was a perfect example. So I'll draw it again, right? Price is flowing down, okay? Flowing down. Price, I'm gonna mark this off. This is the last pullback that it had, hit my TP. Price broke above with momentum too, right? Look at this candle that it broke with, right? Broke with momentum. At this point, on a 5-minute, you see all this momentum too? At this point, it's a reversal, right? And you could target this, if you're gonna trade this, right? You can target it like this too. Okay, well, this is the next high that it would potentially come to, right? You could set this as your take profit. Just for a quick move, you could do something like this, right? I like 10 to 15 pips stop loss and target that, right? If you want to go, this is a 1 to 2.6. If you want to go 1 to 3, you can hit that easily, okay? So that's a setup, right? And that's the setup I would have taken had I seen this. Another way that you could look at this too, I'm going to take some of these lines off. Let's come down to the 1 minute so you can see even more movement. Okay, perfect. Yeah, this is just a lot. This is just straight momentum. It's like, I'll take you to a regular candle so you can kind of see how this might have been broken up. Okay, so these are regular candles, right? Same rules apply. If you're not a Hakanashi trader like myself, and you want to look at regular candles, I mean, same rules apply, right? This is where the pullback happened. You want to mark off some of this, right? And so, okay, we get a break above here, pull back to that area that you just drew. You could do a zone, you could do a line, whatever works for you. Break out of here, pull back, right? Retest. I'm gonna enter in for that. If that was a move that you would have, wanted to take, break out of here, retest, and it did, okay? I like to go just below that zone, right? I'll give it 10 pips personally. 10, and then boom. Nearly a 1 to 3. Let me see if you've got a 1 to 3. Pretty much a 1 to 3, like barely. But yeah, that there's several ways that you can still maximize the trend, right? There's several ways that you can still hop in, whether that's looking at traditional candles or Takanashi, 5 minute, 1 minute. It works on every time frame, no matter what asset you're trading to, okay? So I hope that was helpful.